On to your top story for this evening. Authorities have decided to close all schools in the Colombo Education Zone tomorrow due to the prevailing showers in the country. All schools in the Gampaha and Kalaniya Education Zones will also be closed for 2 days, including tomorrow and the following day. Meanwhile, 118,210 people from 30,017 families have been affected by the heavy showers. According to the updated situation report from the Disaster Management Center this morning, 6,852 individuals from 1,721 families are currently sheltered in 79 safe locations. The majority of the damage has been reported from the Gampaha district. Now, 3 fatalities were also reported from across the country. What is the situation now? All schools in the Colombo Education Zone will be closed tomorrow. Chief Secretary of the Western Province, Dhammika Vijay Singh, has said all schools in the Gampaha and Kalaniya Education Zones and the Kolonava and Kaduwela Education Zones will be closed tomorrow and on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education decided today to allow provincial authorities to close schools based on the situation. The Gampaha district is reported to be the most affected district from the adverse weather conditions over the past few days. Gampaha, Kandana, Ja'ala, Ekala and Ganemulla have suffered severe flooding due to the overflowing of the Attanagalu Oya. Traffic along the Gampaha-Ja'ala road and the Gampaha-Kandana road was also disrupted. Residents said that water levels in several areas, including Gampaha, have not receded due to the temporary supply route set up for the transportation of construction materials for the Kandy-Colombo Expressway.
මේවට විකල්ප වශයෙන් කිසිම කෙනෙක් මේ වෙනකන් බලලා නැහැ කටයුතු කරලා නැහැ. කැකුලංගොඩ ඒ කිරිඳ විට ඔය තව කොස්සෝ විට මේ පැත්ත ඔක්කොම යට වෙනවා. තව එහාට තියෙනවා ඉතින් ගම්මාන රසක් කිරිඳ විට අම්බාගු විට ඒ හරියට යට වෙලා තියෙනවා. හයිවේ මාර්ගය දැන් වසර ගන්නකින් ඉඳන් අක්‍රිය වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. මේ වෙනකොට හයිවේ මාර්ගයේ කිසිම වැඩසටහනක් යන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා මේ පාරවල් හයිවේ මාර්ගයෙන් කපපු සියලුම ඇලවේලි දැන් මේ අවහිර වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. දල බස්නාවල් ටික හයිවේ මාර්ගයෙන් දැන් වැහිලා තියෙන්නේ මේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රවාහනය සඳහා පාරවල් භාවිතා කිරීම නිසා. ඒ නිසා හයිවේ මාර්ගයෙන් උඩ පැත්තේ ප්‍රදේශය සීඝ්‍රයෙන් යට වෙනවා. මම හිතන්නේ මේ තත්ත්වය මීට මාස 3කට ඉස්සෙල්ලත් උදා වුණා. ජූනි මාසයේ 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 කියන දිනවලදී මේ වගේ විශාල ගංවතුර තර්ජනයකට ලක් වුණා. මේක දිගින් දිගටම දැන් පුරුද්දක් වශයෙන් මේ තත්ත්වය ඇති වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ හින්දා මම හිතන්නේ මේකට ස්ථිර විසඳුම්
Newsfirst correspondents reported that the Road Development Authority took action yesterday to widen the drainage system along the roads as a temporary solution to help the water recede. Kalanimulla remains flooded due to the overflowing of the Kalani River. Traffic along the Ambatale-Bodhi lane remains disrupted. Hangwalla, Godaparagudalla, Jayveeragoda, Sivalivatta and Valavatta are still underwater due to the overflowing of the Kalani River. Our Newsfirst correspondent reported that many houses in these areas are submerged. Due to the overflowing of the Kalani River, many houses and roads in Kalaniya and around the Kalani Bridge remain submerged. Over 50 houses in the area are significantly affected by the floods, and traffic in the areas has come to a complete standstill. Due to the overflowing of the Kalani River, the old road from Colombo to Avisavella, including Kaduwela, Balivita and Hevagama, is completely submerged, causing a complete halt to traffic in the area. Meanwhile, Velevatta in Vallampitiya remains flooded due to the overflowing of the Kalani River. Our Newsfirst correspondent reported that approximately 300 households are affected by this situation. Currently, these residents are taking refuge in several designated safe locations in the area. The Nagalagam street is currently experiencing minor flood levels due to the overflowing of the Kalani River. The Department of Irrigation has advised residents in low-lying areas along the river to remain vigilant. The Disaster Management Center has also urged motorists to exercise caution while travelling through the affected areas. Due to rising water levels in the Kaluganga, several low-lying areas nearby are submerged. Newsfirst correspondents reported that areas such as Naragala, Ballapitiya, Beheravatta and Yala continue to be inundated. Due to rising water levels of the Ging River, multiple sections along the old road from Baddegama to Naya Pamula have experienced landslides, causing significant disruptions to traffic along the road. Newsfirst correspondent reported that several low-lying areas in the vicinity remain submerged. Additionally, many locations in the lower Bakvalla area are also currently underwater. Meanwhile, several areas including Chilau, Maikulama and Asrafvatta remain submerged. Newsfirst correspondent reported that there is no effective mechanism in place for the water to recede in these areas. As a result, residents are facing severe hardships.
वर्ष 30කට ආසන්න ගානක් තිස්සේ මේ මයික්කුලම ප්‍රදේශයේ නොකොඩවා ගම් වතුර ආපදාව ලක් වෙනවා. ඒකට ප්‍රධානම හේතුව තියෙන්නේ කරවිට ජලාශයෙන් එළියට දාන වතුර මුන්නේශ්වරමෙන් තිඹිල්ලටවත් දැදුරුවටවත් යන්නේ නැතුව මුන්නේශ්වරමෙන් නැවත නල්ලාගම් වැවටත් පණංකුඩා වැවටත් ඇවිල්ලා මේ මයික්කුලම පණංකුඩාවත්ත මේ තියෙන වසම් සියල්ල යට කරගෙන කලපුවක් වෙනවා.
They signed a letter to the president complaining about this situation today.
It should be noted that in the past 24 hours there has been no significant rainfall in the river basins, allowing for a gradual decrease in water levels. However, particularly in areas along the Attanagaluaya, there remains a possibility of increased floods in areas such as Gampaha, Wattala and Jayala. It is important to emphasize that water from higher areas continues to flow downwards, so there should not be excessive concern at this time. The situation regarding the Kalin River remains the same. If the current weather persists, there is a potential for the existing flood conditions to worsen. We urge everyone to remain vigilant and monitor the situation closely.
තත්ත්වය තවදුරටත් වර්ධනය වීමක් සිදු වුවහොත් පවතින මේ ගම් වතුර තත්ත්වයන් නැවත වර්ධනය වීමේ හැකියාව පවතින බව අවධාරණය කරන්න කැමැතියි.
A 34-year-old man has died after being swept away by floodwaters in Kalanimulla. Police said that he was on a boat in a flooded area when the accident occurred. His body was found this morning after he went missing last night.
He went to a flooded area. Then he, along with a few others of us, boarded to a boat to go around the flooded region. After travelling a certain distance, the boat suddenly capsized. We also saved ourselves with the greatest difficulty. There were 8 of us. Both my daughter and wife were also on the boat. I pushed them ashore. We then noticed that our friend had gone missing.
In the last 3 days, 3 people have lost their lives due to flood-related incidents. The Sri Lanka Navy said that 6 flood teams have been deployed in several areas of the Gampaha and Colombo districts to provide relief to the people. In addition, 24 disaster relief teams from the Western Naval Command are on standby, ready for immediate deployment as needed. Additional 44 relief teams, including 9 teams from the Southern Naval Command and 11 teams from the North Central Naval Command, have also been prepared. The Sri Lanka Air Force has said that helicopters are on standby to assist with flood relief efforts. How can you navigate through adverse situations?
We kindly urge everyone to remain vigilant and responsible during this challenging situation to ensure the safety of themselves and their families. Please act only on the advice of the police and the Disaster Management Centre when engaging in activities near flooded areas or driving through affected regions. It is crucial to follow the instructions provided by disaster management agencies at all times.
Landslide warnings remain in effect for 8 districts. The National Building Research Organisation said that this includes several divisional secretariat divisions in the Colombo, Kalutara, Gampaha, Gaul, Kegol, Kurunagala, Nuwara Eliya and Ratnapura districts.
will the prevailing weather persist?
තත්ත්වය ක්‍රමයෙන් අඩුවෙමින් තමයි යන්නේ.
The showers are gradually decreasing. This doesn't mean that it will completely stop. We can expect a few more days of showers, especially in the southern coastal areas. The wind speed in the sea areas from Galle to Hambantota can exceed 50 to 70 kilometers per hour at times. There is also a risk of very rough seas during thunderstorms around the coastal areas. The fishing and naval communities are advised to be aware of this.
දැනුම් දෙන්න කැමතියි.